Hey, it's Prometheus, and oh, sweet baby Jesus, I love factual documentaries. Film begin, and that stupid sexy Squidward is at a waterfall. But what is he doing? He's doing a heroin and then immediately dies. But that was really odd. But wait a minute, there's some DNA in that water, which obviously means that the History Channel was right this entire time, and there is definitely ancient aliens out there somewhere. Scene transmission, and those ancient astronaut theorists from the History Channel are digging around. And look, they found a bunch of cave drawings with like hands and horses and stuff, but shut that front door. What the hell is that guy pointing to? Well, actually, funny you should ask that because Charlie Boy, right there, somehow immediately knows that it predates the rest of the drawings based on no evidence and was definitely left by aliens, and then Rip-Off Ripley straight up says, yep, they want us to go there, even though, again, they've got no evidence for this. We're now in space, and R2-D2 is looking after all those sleepy people. But hold on, because something is happening. They've reached their destination already, so it's time to wake everybody up, and hey, there's a planet right there. And hey, look, a female who is totally the evil one in this show is awake, and she is doing half-rep push-ups, and then asks R2-D2 if anyone has died in their hypersleep, but sadly they haven't. Wait a second. Is Captain Crunch smoking on the ship, which is obviously a gross violation of safety protocols? He bloody well is. Anyway, they're now having a timeshare meeting, and it turns out that evil female wants to sell them a holiday home. But who is this? It's Wrinkly Peter. But wait, is that a 30-year-old man dressed up in an old man suit? It doesn't matter, because he's explaining that he'll be dead by the time they reach that planet. And that the reason for this trip is to try and find our creators. And then hands over the seminar to Rip-Off Ripley, who's showing the latest series of ancient aliens on the TV, where all those paintings across the entire planet are all pointing to the same direction, which is really weird and obviously means that they're inviting everybody to go to that planet based on no evidence. Quick change, and we're in evil females' rooms, which is really, really nice. And look, there's Rip-Off Ripley, who's commenting on how her crib is better than theirs. So evil female says she better shut the fuck up and do what she's told. But also, if they find any aliens on their little excursion, they should report back to her, even though they'll be on camera the entire time they're exploring. Rip-Off Ripley then just straight up knows for some kind of reason that there's an ulterior motive about this whole mission. And I wonder, what is this reveal going to be? Hopefully it's going to be something that is actually worth it. They're now going in for landing, and their space gadgets say that there is no life here. So obviously it was a complete waste of time. But hold on, because Charlie Boy can see some straight lines from the ship. So Captain Crunch goes, okay, let's go land on it. It's time to suit up for exploration, and that guy has a flamethrower for their safety. But Rip-Off Ripley, the damn dirty socialist, says, nope, no weapons at all. Even though they have no idea what they're going to encounter out there. So obviously, having some sort of protection is the smart thing. But obviously, we can't have that anyway. So, I just hope they all die. They're now traveling to Millennium Dome, and would you believe it, it's also an alien base. So they immediately go inside without any precautions. But there's no one around. So they pull out these little orb things that somehow propel themselves around, even though it's never explored about how they managed to do this. I mean, I would love to have one, please. Thank you very much. And then obviously the entire base that they're at is entirely mapped. They reach a room and their computers say that the atmosphere is safe. And even though they're on a completely alien planet and are being told by Captain Crunch not to remove the helmets, they'll remove the helmets. And I cannot wait for him to die. But wait, what's this? It's R2-D2 and he's just found some space goo and somehow activates alien holograms because he's really, really smart. And now they're all running around in Nintendo graphics, so not very advanced at all. Anyway, so what are they running from? Don't know, but this guy just got his head deleted. So Ginger Geologist goes, screw you guys, I'm getting him. And he's actually being really angry about it, which is actually strange. I guess having a mohawk and face tattoos doesn't make you a hard nut after all. But look, R2-D2 somehow just opened that door because he knows things. And there's a head. And then there's another head, but back their shit up. What the hell are those urns all about, and what the hell are these worms? Anyway, I'm always getting the sense that there are aliens here. And then R2-D2 is about to open one of those urns, but Rip-Off Ripley says, don't. Which is actually the smartest thing anyone has said in this film so far. And hey, that one's jizz slobbering out of it. So R2-D2 goes, I'm just going to go straight up and touch it. But oh no, there's a storm coming outside, so they better get their asses back to the ship. And then evil female says, if you aren't back in 15 minutes, then you have to stay outside. In effect, literally killing the entire team, so the mission was utterly useless. So now obviously they're under pressure, and then Rip-Off Ripley goes, nope, we need to take this giant fucking head with us, and, you know, because of reasons, instead of just returning the next bloody day. Quick flip, and they're outside running from climate change, and that bag with the head just fell off their little scooter. So Rip-Off Ripley goes, I'm gonna go grab it, and then gets a full facial of dried rock. So of course, they now have to go save her, and then they manage to pull her in, and now she's getting shouted at for being a complete and utter stupid bitch. Wait a minute, that geologist who said he was gonna go back to the ship is still in the Millennium Dome somehow, and they're even lost. But that makes no sense since they have a 3D map of the entire area that he even conducted. I'm almost getting the sense that they're obviously only in there because the riders need to kill them off somehow. Scene transmission, and they ain't wasting any time having a look at that head now, are they? Because they're giving it a CAT scan, and then realise that that elephant thing is actually only a helmet, and oh my god, it's actually another stupid sexy Squidward. So they give it an injection to trick its nervous system into moving the facial muscles. Which is incredible, since that thing must be completely and utterly decayed by now. But no, now it's doing all these like ticky thingies, and then straight up it explodes. While we're at it, why not check out its DNA? And it matches humans. That revelation has left me literally shook. Let's go, because R2-D2 is looking totally evil with totally evil alien jizz. And then says to Charlie boy, do you want a cuppa, mate? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll have a cuppa. So he pours him a drink. And then literally puts a finger in it, obviously with the alien jizz, right in front of him, and also, like, infecting him with this alien jizz and jeopardizing the entire mission. So the whole thing was useless. We've got to go now, because we're going to see the hard nut geologist, and they've found a pile of alien bodies. And then Captain Crunch is looking at the 3D map, but hold that shit up. There's an orb hanging around that has picked up alien life forms. So obviously, these little geologists are all worked up and like being really scared, and they need the captain's obviously like moral support and stuff, because I mean they're all alone in an alien bloody base. But then literally just goes, you know what? Do one. I'm fucking off for the night. Wow, clap, clap, clap. That's great like leadership right there. Back to Rip-Off Ripley, and it looks like Charlie has just turned up and is showing him that the stupid sexy Squidwards are our big granddaddies. And he's like, that's really cool. You want to do the sex then? So then they just go do the sex. But, you know, what's going on over here though? It's evil female who then just gets like straight up jump scared by Captain Crunch with like a mini accordion thingamajig. And then she goes like, how long is this like entire mission going to take? Like he bloody knows. And then he just goes, you want to do the sex then? And then she straight up goes, yep, turn my insides into sloppy kebabs. Quick, what are the geologists up to? They're exploring, and one of them is totally vaping in his helmet. But oh my god, there's an alien in the water, and wow, that looks like a deformed phallus. How the hell did that make it past the sensors? Anyway, so look, they're really erect. So instead of running away, because obviously they spent the entire day being shit scared, which is obviously now their like character development, they're scared people, they want to get the fuck out of there. They just ends up just going, you know, why not stroke it? But it just bit him. And now it's totally doing harassment without consent. So hard nut geologist man cuts it, and it's spraying that acid blood everywhere. But what is the other guy doing? He is deep throating that alien big time. Back to Charlie, and he's up looking in the mirror. But hang on, has he been crying after sex? Or is he infected with alien jizz? We may never know. Until 5 minutes later in the film. So anyway, they get back to Millennium Dome and are searching for the geologist. But R2-D2 goes off by himself. Where is he going? To that orb that got stuck yesterday, obviously. And an evil female is totally watching all of this. But strangely, she looks happy today. Because she had the captain's breakfast. But what has R2-D2 found? Is a bunch of urns. And look, there's another door. But hang on. What? This room looks very weird. And oh my god, there's a bunch of alien cryo sleep chambers too. What are these controls? They're a bunch of Twinkies, stupid, that if you press, they move things like a chair. And hey, there's a bunch of stupid sexy Squidwards. And one of them's playing a flute because of reasons. And wow, that just brought up a load of controls. And then a giant orb solar system thingamajig. But bam, there's Earth. Good place, I hear. Obviously not at the moment, considering inflation. Anyway, so wait a minute. If that's a hologram, then how the hell did R2-D2 manipulate that like planet right there? Strange occurrences. Flip-flop. And the other guys are still exploring, and Rip-Off Ripley just discovered that Charlie is sick. which would mean he'll be like in immediate isolation, so no one can go near him. But they don't do that. They just get real close, and they're not even wearing a mask or a life jacket. That's absurd. So anyway, also they found the guys who died to death, and also that alien Johnson too. And they're on their way back now, and Charlie Boy is really, really sick. I mean, we're talking super sick. So evil female, who is actually the only smart one here, totally turns him into a roast chicken. And now he's dead. Like, seriously, full on dead, can never come back again because he's been baptized by fire. Now Rip-Off Ripley is getting examined by R2-D2, and he discovers that she's pregnant, and is like already 3 months gone, which is totally impossible since she was in hypersleep during that time. So she says that she wants us out of her. But obviously, she's from West Virginia, where that shit's banned, so it's back to sleep for you, says Mr. R2-D2. And hey, those other guys are here to do some experiments while she's asleep. Wait, no she's not. She's actually awake this entire time, and then somehow kicks all their asses like really easily. I mean, look, she just crossed state lines, and is totally doing a figure to lead us, using that medical pod. And congratulations, Rip-Off Ripley, it's a boy. Wait, no it's not, it's an alien! Quick! Get stapled up before that thing, totally kills you to death because it's totally evil. Anyway, she's now out and does a decontamination, obviously, to terminate it. And then, obviously, straight up escapes very easily. And walking quite alright since she just had, major surgery. But hold up! Captain Crunch just discovered an alien life form outside the ship. And it's roast chicken! How the other shit did he survive a flamethrower? Literally to the face. Doesn't matter. He's totally killing everybody. And he's on fire again. But look! These guys must have been stormtroopers because they just keep missing all their shots. So then they just run over him with buggy thingy and then flamethrower again, even though it didn't work the first time. Back to Rip-Off Ripley, and what the hell did she just walk into? It's convincing old man Peter, and wow, that was the big reveal. He was never dead this entire time, and was on the ship. Real scary. Anyway, so he's here to meet the stupid sexy Squidwards and obviously learn about how to live longer or whatever. And luck would have it, obviously they found one in that pod still alive because obviously R2-D2 told him. But Rip-Off Ripley is like, bro, we need to get the hell out of here. But unfortunately, she's a woman and no one listens to dishwashers. She's now having a big sad, but hold on, how the hell is she walking around after having major surgery again? I mean, surely by now the painkillers would have worn off. Anyway, so Captain Crunch turns up and says those stupid sexy Squidwards were here to create biological weapons, and they got out, which is amazing. Why did all those cave paintings point to this literal planet if it was a weapon planet? Surely it would point to the original. I don't bloody get it. Anyway, so it doesn't matter because convincing old man is now suiting up in his power armor, and would you believe it, evil female turns out to be his daughter. These big reveals just keep coming and coming. Anyway, he's now in his power armor, obviously on his way to Millennium Dome, and Rip-Off Ripley is like, I'm going to, even though she literally just had a cesarean. They're now in the dome, and Captain Crunch is back on the Prometheus, and he's just realised there's a ship in that dome. So R2-D2 starts using his super understanding of everything to wake up stupid sexy Squidward, and hey, he looks really big and mean. I'm sure he's a nice guy deep down. Wait, nope! He just totally decapitated R2-D2 and then knocks out Granddaddy using R2-D2's head. That was quite good. Anyway, so, he's just killing everybody now. But what's he doing, right there? He's planning on deleting Earth, which is really interesting since so far he has literally no idea where these guys come from. Oh, it's all kicking off now because that ship is about to rise up, and Rip-Off Ripley is now outside telling Captain Crunch that stupid sexy Squidward is heading to Earth, so better do a terrorism on that space boat. And obviously, because they're about to die, they drop off a convenient smaller ship so that the survivors can escape. And hey, they were really successful very easily, but oh no! Now it's falling back to Earth, and it's about to do an Indiana Jones on them, so they better run away, and these two idiots run in a direct straight line from where that, donut thingy's coming, when they could literally take 2 steps to the side and they'll survive entirely. No! Evil female just got deaded! And now it's now totally falling over, the entire ship. And then also directly onto Rip-Off Ripley, who could just walk to the side again. And now she's dead! Totally dead! Wait, no she's not, because that small crop of rocks literally took the impact of that, entire ship without disintegrating. Wow, that was really lucky. Now she's on that little spaceship and knows there's some shady shit going on, so grabs an axe, and holy crap, that alien thing that came out of her womb is like humongous! I mean, if that's how it works, then my 6-month-old son should be a fucking 18-wheeler truck by now. Oh well, look out lady, stupid sexy Squidward is coming after you because he also survived the crash. And obviously, better open that door when he's like totally throttling you, so that alien thingy can now Japanese hentai him to death. She's outside now and has about a 0% chance of survival. But headless R2-D2 is still alive, and then radios her saying if she helps him, he'll save her, and that there's actually another ship hanging around, which he can somehow operate. So anyway, off she goes, and hey, there he is. And he says he can get her home, but she says no. She wants to go where those sexy Squidwards come from, because she wants to know why they want to delete Earth. Which makes no sense, because surely if they haven't deleted Earth by now and they're in like this hypersleep, then they get the fuck out of there and lay low, bitch, because you're just alerting them to your own presence. Anyway, they head off to another Millennium Dome and then fly off into space. But what's sexy Squidward doing? He's having a baby xenomorph, and big congrats all around, you bald like tough guy thingy.
Subscribe button.
Is always right.